You ever thought of how OP and powerful cavemen were? How truly amazing were they? And what was the full reach of their physical capabilities? Today we both can discover this together. First off, we would like to know what their physical capabilities likely were. From this, we can first talk about their testosterone levels. The main reason why I'm recording this video to discuss the testosterone levels of our ancestors from thousands, 2000, 3000 years ago. For the first thing we have to understand is what promotes testosterone. Not being obese, being lean, reproduction, movement, and competition and survival. Basically, you could say having peak fitness and regular movement with a good diet. So first off, we will talk about the lifestyle of the caveman, then we will talk about the lifestyle of the average man. We'll compare the two and then we'll put the final hypothesis, all right? First off, the most crucial aspect of what makes a human, the diet. What's the most responsible thing? Responsible thing is the wrong word. There are four main things, the primary desires of human, as I call it: food, water, shelter, and reproduction. If you influence one of these, you influence how a human develops overall, physically, mentally, and such. Now, in caveman eras, our ancestors likely were hunter-gatherers who likely just chased down animals together, hunted like monsters every single day, and had to work a lot to get each and every single meal that they had to eat. Now, what were the meals? The meals were mainly whole foods. Likely, most probably, I think their diet mainly consisted of meat, and then later on, like after hundreds of years, that's when fruits and such were discovered. But even so, we will keep it to a general level. It was meat and it was fruit, all right. Now, these whole foods likely spiked their testosterone levels. Not spike, it gave them a room so their body could physically develop. Like, it provided a base block for the building to then stand on. If you shake the base of a building, it ain't gonna build up on the top. So what this diet did was it set a good leveling place for the building to then grow. Second thing, movements. Now, cavemen and cave women, not likely, they moved a lot. They had to walk a lot every single day. They had lots of functional training every single day and a lot of compound movements, such as carrying weighted spears. Those things are heavy, trust me. Those things are heavy, and they had to carry that over a period of distance, throw them, run with them, and jab things with them. So that was a very good overall body workout for them, very good functional fitness. Then they also had to walk a lot. Then they also had to compete with one another a lot for survival. So meaning they walked, they ran, they walked, they sprinted, they carried stuff over a distance, they had explosive movements, and they did this every single day. So far we've covered diet, movement. Now third, let's compare the main habits or how the cavemen could have lived. Now with these, we discover that the cavemen likely were very active individuals with high testosterone levels. Now, testosterone is a hormone that promotes risk-taking, dominance, and these types of behavior. They're very well known. You can search them up or such. But if you're still confused, I'll say them. Basically, it's responsible for survival, for domination, and for similar to social hierarchy rules. Now, based off our prediction, their levels were very high. I'll discuss this further when we talk about the average man. But because of this, testosterone likely acted like a wild hormone between people. Like, if you think about it, it is likely that there were very less males, more females, and then a group of children in a single band of cavemen. And likely, due to this excessive level of testosterone, the males frequently competed with one another, had fights with one another, and if they ever encountered an opposite band, they likely engaged in direct war. They likely engaged in direct battle to the death instead of communication. As I would like you to think, have you ever had a moment in your life as a child or when you're playing a sport where if you're a soccer player or football player, where you're a football player and you're suddenly being chased. Now the thing is, you don't know who that defender is, but you're being chased by him. What's your reflex? Your reflex is instantly to run away. Now if you're fighting someone, you don't know that person, but you're fighting them. Now the thing is, that's our testosterone level. In the old time, the testosterone level was way higher. So upon first sight, they would have likely engaged in killing one another. And likely due to the decrease of testosterone would have led to the eventual agreements. Now four or five. I will now talk about how this increase of testosterone influenced their physical form. Ancient cavemen likely had extremely good facial features. Our exceptional facial features like Sean O'Prey or Jordan Barrett were likely their average, and it was likely higher because the thing was there wasn't much blockers during that time, and due to this they likely had extremely developed facial features, extremely strong jawlines, extremely good forward growth, and they would have had a very thick brow ridge. So overall, what are we talking about? Thicker bones, higher muscle mass, better jawline, better facial features, thicker hair, but balding. Now, this is for the males, and they would be highly lean as well. Now, for the females, they would not have the builds that the females have today, but they would be much more sturdier, much more stronger. As during the old time, it's just obvious that the females also had higher testosterone and less estrogen back in that time. So this would have led in sturdier builds, less of the feminine features, and more strength and more explosiveness in also the women during that time. Now we'll discuss the average men. The average men the average men in our current times, we have so much chemicals in our everyday things that just disrupt our hormones. Most of us are sedentary living, and three, our diets aren't good. And then the fourth point is we aren't consuming food the way we should have, and fifth, we aren't doing workout the way we should. Now this has led us over the course of generations to having softer features, to being weaker physically, to not recovering as fast as we could have while like thousands of years ago. So meaning, due to our diet, due to our habits, due to us not taking our fitness seriously, we are suffering these consequences. Now from these actions, we will now have a conclusion to what we can do to now improve our current levels. Because even if we hit a 50% boost of what our ancestors had in the past, that's extremely good for us. Now, first thing, for diet. In the old times, as I've discussed, we had whole foods, red meat, and fruits. Likely these were the only two foods that we consumed. There could have been more, such as eggs, but I believe in these two. And if you consume them, I don't need to speak much on the benefits of these two foods, but if you research it on your own, you will realize that these are superfoods. Second thing, movement. Now for movement, we need to understand that we are living a sedentary life. Even if we have 5,000 steps per day with compound exercises, we can cover it. It's not necessary for us to work out every single day like they did. Even if we work out 3 times a week, 4 times a week, that still covers it. That still gives us a boost. It's not like we have to go full caveman and we have to hunt each other, kill each other, and go in the wild and hunt down animals. No. If we do compound exercises, functional exercises, along with sprints, our sedentary life will go to an active life, and our testosterone will be supported, and we will have an improved feature. Now, the third thing, So far, we've covered diet, food, and now the third thing, the preventatives. I highly believe that whatever preventative of testosterone there is should be cut out. The preventative of testosterone, such as BPAs and ultra processed foods, and yeah, these two are mainly the things I think cause low testosterone amongst men. Ultra processed foods, wrong diets, and not working out enough, and not being ambitious enough. Because if you are ambitious enough, you will push yourself to further heights, and that's how you will boost your testosterone even further. So, what will this eventually lead to? All of this will eventually lead to you being more confident mentally, you will be more hardworking, you will have more determination, your fear center in your brain will be more suppressed due to testosterone. These are all effects of testosterone, and I'm not making this up myself. Also, you will be more, if you will be more dominant, you will take more risks. All effects of testosterone, not only that, but physically, your facial features will sharpen, you will become leaner, and your jawline will improve, and your bone density will improve. But this will all happen if you also have a good diet. So, all of these effects will lead to massive improvements in your life. Because if you think about it, everything matters in your life. You can't be a person who just cares about his looks. You can't be a person who cares just about his physique. You can't be a person who cares just about his looks. Sometimes you need a little bit of everything, sometimes you need a lot of everything. But looks and physique and physical health will are like things that will split. They will like spill over into other aspects of your life, giving you confidence, giving you power to improve in all of them. This video was to show you that we can learn a lot from the past, and now I'm going to tell you what our caveman ancestors' likely testosterone levels were. Their likely testosterone levels were our average levels. Now, research still doesn't prove this, but if you factor in everything I've said, you will discover very quickly that our upper end of 900 ng/dl to 1200 ng/dl was likely their average. Now, imagine how the top dogs would be. The purpose of this video was to educate you on how we can still improve our lives using the past. Thank you.